Hello and welcome to the Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa. Here on our beautiful 18-acre campus by the sea, students from across East Africa and beyond receive an exceptional education, one that challenges their minds, instills character and develops the values they need to become ethical leaders of tomorrow. From a very young age, we teach students to think beyond themselves and develop empathy for others. They're encouraged to take action and make a positive impact in their communities and the world around them. Our diverse co-curricular programme allows our students to discover their interests and pursue their passions across a wide range of activities. Our campus provides an ideal learning environment, inspiring and supporting students as they make their journey through the international baccalaureate programmes. The IB programme, combined with our unique Aga Khan strands, gives students a thorough academic mastery as well as an education in leadership and service to the community. They are encouraged to develop their talents and skills to become well-balanced and well-rounded individuals. The Academy is deeply rooted in our community, offering merit-based admissions to students from a wide range of socio-economic backgrounds. Our graduates consistently earn scholarships to the world's top universities. As the founding school in the Academy's network, we're excited to pave the way for our sister schools in developing a world-class programme. So please, come and visit our campus, meet our amazing students and staff, and experience this inspirational education firsthand. We cannot wait to show you around.
Hi, my name is Jen. I'm the MYP coordinator at the Aga Khan Academy Mombasa. I'm delighted to be welcoming you and introducing you to the Middle Years program. When you're new to the Middle Years program, it's important to know that the Middle Years program, the MYP, sits in between the Primary Years program, the PYP program, and the Diploma program. The Middle Years program takes the ages of 11 years to 16 years. That is from MYP 1 to MYP 5. At the heart of the program, we aim to develop different learner profile attributes, and these are the qualities that we need to see in our learners. Some of these include being reflective, being good communicators, but unique to the Aga Khan Academies, we include the leaders. We aim to develop ethical leaders of the future and of today. We aim to develop them to become courageous and to become stewards of their own environment. We do this in our own context, and these include integrating aspects of being ethical, our cultures, and being pluralistic. Apart from this, we also include the global context that cut across different subjects. And some of these include globalization and sustainability, identities and relationships, among others. I'm now going to tell you more about how we develop these different learner profile attributes. We develop them through the various approaches to teaching and learning skills. These approaches to teaching skills include some of the things like inquiry questions that they get to tackle in the different subjects, reflection, the reflective actions that they take in the different subjects, and the action that they get to take from different subjects and the different actions that they get to take within their communities, and it is a continuous cycle that they get to be in. Other approaches to learning skills that they get to develop include aspects like research skills, communication skills that they get to develop while they collaborate with their peers and their teachers, and they get to develop aspects like being able to give and receive meaningful feedback from their peers and from their teachers to develop in their work, and also including aspects like reflective skills and good self-management skills. These are some of the aspects that the learners get to develop and that really help them to develop the attributes that we need to see the learners develop at the heart of the MYP program. The MYP program prepares our students for success and to become lifelong learners through the different actions that they get to take within and outside their communities. I'm delighted to be welcoming some of our students who are going to be sharing more about the different activities that they get to do and the different ways that they get to take action within and outside their communities. Welcome and thank you.
Hi, my name is Hussein. I'm 11 years old and this is my first year in senior school. Today I'm going to show you my learning experience as a day student in Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa. One thing that I really like about the school is the wide range of activities between the classes. Like for example, in one class we could be filming an advertisement for English, or in the other we could be coding a game on Scratch. We take part in research and class discussions where we share our opinions and thoughts. Even after school, all the activities don't stop. There are a wide range of enrichments and this year I chose EMUN and Esports Gaming. The first thing we do when we come to school is we meet with our mentor. The mentor is important because it's someone you can turn to whenever you need help. He can help you, or she can help you when you need help if you're lost, and any academic thing. For example, setting goals or explaining something you don't understand.
Hi, my name is Bernice Mukolwe, and I'm a residential student in Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa. And some of the activities I do after school, playing basketball with some of my friends that are in residential. We usually have some fun, which is really good. Yeah. So these are the basketball courts. I usually come here after school to play basketball with some of my friends, and we usually get to interact with each other and have fun, which is really good. And also I have basketball training. That's why I come here with Mr. Auka and have a little teaching session about basketball. So this is the pool, and I come here for swimming lessons with Mr. Cameron, and also during the weekends we come here for swimming party or pool party where we have fun and interact with each other in the block. Hi again, this is my room. I share this room with my roommate Michelle, and this is my bed, my desk and my closet, and usually we'll have study time every day from 7:30 to 9 or whichever time you want. So in the dorms we have 6 dorm parents, and my dorm parent is Miss Ria. Dorm parents are always there for you. They take care of you whenever your parent is away, so that they're like your guardian in school. They support you whenever you feel low or whenever you're homesick. So they just support you like you are your own parent. And sometimes I have dinner with my dorm parents in the commons, which is really fun. We talk about how we're struggling in school, if maybe you have any problems, and they're really happy and very eager to help us. So this is the outside of the lounge, and the lounge is where we usually have veg at 9 p.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning, so that the teachers could know that we are in the block. And also we just chill in the lounge and talk to each other, interact more, knowing what we like, what each other like, and that's really good. Or sometimes we come to the balcony side, which is really good. We get to see the sea view, which is really nice.
Hi, my name is Ilana and I'm in year 10. I've been in the academy since I was in year 1. But I'm almost done with my MYP journey. My favorite part of the journey was my personal project. For the personal project, every student has to come up with their own project and work on it from year 9 up to year 10. Every student is given a supervisor who guides them through the journey. The supervisor's role is to give them feedback on their document to help them with any challenges that they face. So for my project I worked with an organization called Oceans Alive, and with the aim to restore the coral reefs along the Kenyan coast. So I created a video series of 4 videos that's going to be used to show other communities how to make their own coral garden. The first video shows how to prepare for the coral garden. The second video shows how to move all the things into the ocean. The third video shows how to maintain the coral garden, and the fourth video is how to translocate the corals back into the reef. Another exciting part of my MYP journey is service. Every student is required to have a service project. I decided to carry on my personal project as a service project. I'm working with my peers to create our own coral garden. My project links to the biology unit, Evolution and Variation. Evolution and Variation explores the impact that humans have on our ecosystem. It also links to Digital Design Unit activism, as it explores how innovations can be used to develop communities. Lastly, it links to the Humanities Unit, How Big is Your Footprint, as it explores sustainable ways to conserve our resources.
Hello, I'm Luciano, and I'm one of the incredibly fortunate students who's gotten the opportunity to study at the Academy. I've been around for 6 great years, and I'm completing my MYP journey this May. The vigorous programs I've experienced at the Academy up to now has really prepared me for the future I'm about to step into, and the application of ATL skills I do on a day-to-day basis. Particularly, my participation in the personal project program, which has also paved a path for my application of ATL skills. And something really interesting I find about the Academy is that we use AK strands to enrich our learning. So in my case, I focused on the AK strand of economics for development. For my project, I aim to create cheap electricity supply and water purification systems for rural communities in Kwale County, Kenya. I part-time live on the south coast, Funzi Island actually, a place which is probably alien to most of you. My overall exposure to the lack of basic needs really drove my initiative, and it really inspired me to create what I did now for my personal project, and it never fell short from making me a better learner. So first of all, I created an electricity supply system, which was a bleach battery with copper cathodes and aluminium foil anodes, as well as a bleach electrolyte, which is also sodium hypochlorite. Additionally, I created a water purification system, which consisted of rocks, grass, sand, charcoal, and the final step was boiling to remove impurities, physical and chemical impurities, in brackish water, which is the water which is very prevalent around the areas which rural communities, my target audience, live. And this system was very inexpensive and rather efficient, acknowledging its price tag. And also acknowledging that my target audience wasn't very affluent, I made it another priority to make the water purification system suit them as much as possible. The shocking thing is these systems cost less than 50 shillings to create, have an almost negligible operating cost, and last a few weeks. Consequently, they're a fantastic option for simple water purification and powering a small LED light, which is ample power for these rural communities. I truly endeavored to make my project really easy to create because I wanted rural communities to be able to create it even in my absence. Yes, it's that trouble-free. And I really think the AK strand of economics for development assisted my project as a whole in terms of creation and thinking, because I ultimately used technological advances, which was these systems, to improve the quality of life of the community around me. This just demonstrates how important life at ACAM is and how it's enriched my project. Moreover, I truly must say, I think the success of my project was largely attributed to my application of ATL skills, many of which I experienced and applied in my MYP experience. And I applied thinking skills, communication, self-management, research skills, social skills, and these are an abundance of special skills which I learned at the Academy, which I can definitely use in my future life and future experiences which I'm yet to come to. My conceptual understanding, organization, and collaboration also contributed to the success of my project because I talked to electricians, rural community members, I did scientific research, and etc. And I followed my passion to really change the lives of other people. And I think it's crucial and essential to follow what you like, because that's what you'll do best. And I believe that you only miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So it's important to not take your life for granted and start making a change which you think is small, but it actually may be indispensable to others' lives. Along with the personal project and a list longer than this video could showcase, I also really enjoyed the special Aga Khan Academy's leadership program, which has spread along year 9 and 10 and has really contributed to some of my happiness at the Academy and also entrepreneurship skills. Our exposure to a plethora of careers and leadership knowledge is extensive, but my favorite was undoubtedly the entrepreneurship unit, which had so much content which I loved, and it ultimately led to the Zawadi Bazaar.
So we're going to tell you a little bit about the leadership course that goes on in year 9 and 10 in this school. We've pushed it down a little bit to year 8 as well, but currently it's mainly year 9 and 10. And we start with something called the Zawadi Bazaar. I'll let Kautha talk about that.
Yeah, so as Mr. Rick said, we have leadership mainly for 9 and 10, but now we're gradually moving on to the other classes. And we usually do it in units. So grade 9 do 3 units in leadership and grade 10 do 2 units just because they finish way earlier in May. So they finish their units by April. For the year 9s, we do, so we talk to them about teamwork, how to work as a team, stereotypes, what to do in such environments, and civil society and critical thinking. Nivian is currently a year 10 student, and he can tell us more about Nivian. Do you remember your year 9 part and how it went? And since that was more face to face?
Yeah, I still perfectly remember what happened in year 9 because, leadership is just a lesson that you tend not to forget about. And I think I can mainly pinpoint 2 different things that I enjoyed the most about year 9 leadership. The first of which was a small little exercise that we had. It mainly taught us how to analyze a source, right? So we were given a bunch of websites which promised us which pretty much promised us that there was a chemical by the name of dihydrogen monoxide, and that chemical was colorless, tasteless, and pretty much could not be detected at all by just using your senses. And this specific chemical killed a lot of people. Now, from this, obviously, they wanted to set up a petition on whether we should ban dihydrogen. Little did we know that that was actually water. This activity pretty much taught us on how sometimes people will get you to believe the wrong stuff and sometimes stretch out certain truths to make it look to a project, where sometimes some websites just get you to sell stuff, so you buy more stuff and everything just because the certain instructions that they give mainly require that stuff. And another thing that really sticked out to me was with the civil society unit, as you mentioned. In the civil society unit, pretty much, it was like a bubble into our future and, how governments work and everything. And pretty much all of us had to make like certain plans and set up political parties and get other people to vote on those parties, pretty much acting like, electoral leaders. So I think those were like the main 2 things that I could pinpoint, obviously, in addition to the Zawadi Bazaar project that we did.
Perfect. And then in year 10, we move on to entrepreneurship and careers. Rick, you want to talk more about any of those 2?
I'll talk about what we did with careers. In the past, we've always got some very, very helpful people to come in from Mombasa, sit in chairs while students sat around them and listen to their careers. There's a number of people prepared to come in and talk to students about how their career has gone. And it's always gone very well. But this year, of course, we were online. So what to do? Well, of course, it gave us the opportunity to get people from Hong Kong, from Norway, from France, from Switzerland, from England. And actually, a friend of mine got up at 3 o'clock in the morning in Utah and came online. And students had an opportunity to talk to people from all over the world about their careers. That is an example of what we're going to try and keep from our experience of being online. There's a few things that have happened online that we've gone, you know what? That's better than doing face-to-face. So we'll keep that one when we come to it in a few months' time.
Yes. Nivian, you've had the very good opportunity of having to have done your leadership face-to-face. And then we went into the COVID period where you were doing it online. And now that we're back to face-to-face, how would you say your experience has been through that journey?
I think the transition was really smooth. It's not like any of the main concepts changed. It was more so the medium that changed. So for us, it was the same exact units, like as you said, that previous year 10s, they would get like vendors and everything to come in and, give advice on how to run a business. But now that we were online, we got people who were usually selling e-commerce things and selling products through an online medium to come in. And I think that way leadership adapted to like this entire change. And I think it's just a reflection on what leadership should actually be about, adapting to change and trying to get that change towards your benefit. So I perfectly think that throughout all of these mediums, our main core learning has remained the same. It has remained the same, especially as Mr. Rick said, that we are a lot of people from different places, One of our key strands is pluralism, celebrating diversity and everything. And, if we get a lot of points, we can become better. And this entire progress on how you're going to improve yourself and improve the ones around you are pretty much just leadership in a nutshell.
And one thing that you said, Nivel, is what I really liked. Leadership is a platform where students also get to practice their AK strands. A lot of the AK strands we fix our subjects, our units according to the AK strands. So we abided by the AK strands, and it's a really good form of experiential learning that the students get to achieve, and they seem to enjoy it, and I seem to enjoy it. And Mr. Rick,
And
do
I
you
enjoy
seem to
it
enjoy
too.
it?
We all enjoy it. So while we're enjoying it, that's a good time to stop, I think. So if any of you out
Yes.
there want to know any more, just please contact Miss Cartha or Mr. Rick, or Nivian maybe even, at the Aga Khan Academy. Okay.
Hello, my name is Lily Wambura. I am 12 years old and I'm a Year 7 student at Aga Khan Academy, Mombasa. Activities I always love doing that also help me grow as an IB learner are assignments such as that require me to think or create in an innovative way, such as creating a color wheel out of household objects and art. I remember that was a really fun assignment, or coming up with a dance in PHE. It gives me a satisfied feeling to know I made something using what I learned in the classroom environment. Ever since I joined the Academy, I have been growing both as an MYP student and as an individual. I've learned how to manage my time better. Some ways that I find work for me are taking short breaks in between assignments and clarifying any doubts with the teacher as soon as possible before I begin working. Looking at what is more urgent before dividing the work into separate parts so I don't get overwhelmed are some of these strategies that have greatly helped my self-management skills, especially time management. My research and communication skills have improved immensely, especially with virtual learning. I have had to find ways to communicate with my group members and teachers in a timely manner by emails, WhatsApp messages, and so on. I enjoy having approachable teachers who are readily available to provide feedback with ongoing work such as presentations. Working collaboratively with peers both online and face-to-face has also helped me improve my social skills and provide peer feedback in classes. This feedback has helped me improve my communication skills because I have learned how to receive and give feedback to my peers in a constructive way. For instance, while doing presentations in English about stylistic devices, sometimes it's hard to find information relevant to what I was researching on, but I have acquired tools such as checking the date of publication on websites to see if the information has been updated since then, and citing my resources in the APA format, which come in handy in almost all assignments. Of course, research and communication tie into each other and complement each other, because even if you did research good information, you need to be able to clearly communicate your understanding in ways such as writing. After joining the Academy, I was quite surprised to learn that I was going to be tested in PE, because at all my previous schools that had never happened. But after learning the criteria and seeing it as equally important like any other subject, my worries were gone, because PHE is fun and you get to develop skills in different sports. PHE assessments can be both practical, which is using skills learned in class, and theoretical, which is testing your knowledge application on what you learned in class. So after a while and experiencing assessments such as creating a poster to educate your audience on how fitness affects your everyday life, or teaching my partner my cultural dance, both were really fun, especially teaching a dance because I love dancing. I got used to it. In fact, I rather found some of the assessments quite interesting to do.
So welcome everyone and welcome back to our Academy's channel. And today we have our two lovely hosts, Miss Violet and Miss Marianne. And today we're going to talk about the trending topic of the school, which is service learning. I really want to get deep and to understand what service learning is, so I will start by asking Miss Violet, what is this service learning we hear about and how it's trending throughout the MYP program?
So basically, service is all about experiential learning. Students are given an opportunity to practice what they're doing in class. So basically, whatever they've done in class from their units, they go out there, they look out for service opportunities, and they go out there, work with the community, and show them that whatever we've done in class, this is what we're doing, and also they're going to receive something from the community. Whatever the community has to offer, they are going to take it in and see how to put it in their life.
So this is a developmental kind of service that we're doing, something that is two-way.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing from you is they're not working for the community, they're working with the community. That is so interesting because a lot of the time we see people just doing things for charity, doing things just for the community. So this is a good aspect of the academy that you're trying to teach students how to actually be working with the community. So do you do this alone or do you work with a team?
We incorporate all the stakeholders in the academy. We have like 6 academic fellows who work hand in hand with subject teachers together with mentors, and we have a great support from the administration. So that's why our service has always been quite successful. I think Marianne can take us through more of these.
Yes, Marianne, tell us this trending topic.
So I'm a fellow. I work with the within the service learning team, as Violet has said. There's a few of us from different year groups. For example, I work with the year 9s and 10s. Other fellows work with the year 8s and 7s and 6s, etc. It's great because I get to interact with the students and talk them through the development of their projects from beginning to end.
So are these projects, I'm trying to understand, are these projects structured or are they free will kind of projects, and how do they even come about with this project, or should we just dive in and ask the students?
There is a build up to it because it's an MYP program. It starts from year 6, so we build it all the way up, and then once they get to year 9 and 10 they get to design their own project. But maybe the students can tell us more about that.
So I've had your teachers come in and they've talked about how you guys actually do a lot of service in the school. And I just wanted for you guys to just tell me a bit of your experience. So Brandon, I hear you've actually done the program from grade 6 all the way to grade 10. So how has that been for you? How has the progress been?
Yes, I've gone through the whole journey, and in year 6 we mainly started with a mentorship program where DP1 students from the school mentored us and just prepared us for what's coming next year, 7, 8, and
When you say mentorship program, what do you mean? Like, what do they mentor you in?
So they taught us how to be responsible. They taught us like small little things that help you with your journey. When service really began was in year 7, which is where we learned mainly about the difference between charity, aid, and service, and why service is best for different communities. And in year 7 we looked at people with disabilities, and we went to Code 3, which is a school in Mombasa where there's different children with different disabilities, and we bonded with them and just experienced how we saw their talents despite their disabilities.
That is so interesting that you brought to work with a community that is differently able from you. So what did you take from that journey?
I took a lot because I definitely learned to never underestimate people with different abilities than me.
So Deborah, you're also doing a very different thing. So what are you doing?
Yeah, our project is kind of very different from their project. However, we're still also spreading awareness. So our project focuses more on outcome and our community here, and focuses on the learning disabilities that students may have. So my group chose to do this project since us without learning disabilities, like in our group, we kind of find it hard to understand things.
So when you talk about learning disabilities, what do you mean?
I mean, things such as dyslexia, like it makes it like a lot harder for people with dyslexia to read and understand the material that we have in school. So with our project, we look to spread awareness about dyslexia among other learning disabilities, and also like hold workshops with teachers to make the classes more accommodating to students with learning disabilities.